This is DEFCON 5 here.
Oh my god. Oh.
Good morning, it is a new day. We are struggling here, fam. We've got cramps, serious, big time, annoying, but we're gonna make it a good day because I finished all of the stuff I needed to get done today for my clients, which means I now have ample time to read. Actually, you know what? We're gonna put on a little bit of foundation. We have ample time to read A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. It's book 3 in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and it's literally what I've been waiting for this entire year. 2024 can now start because this is all I've really cared about this year, and I'm very happy about it. So we're just gonna do a quick little get ready with me. We're not gonna do too much because honestly, I really don't feel good, and I just wanna get to reading. So we're not gonna do anything really crazy. I just wanted to make myself look like a live human specimen and not something that belongs underneath the earth. I apologize for my little hair turban, but us curly girls get it. You know, if you know, you know. But this is the best way to do my hair. I know people have asked me in the past how I do it, but you know, that's like a whole thing. So maybe I'll do a full get ready with me one day, but for now, this is what we're getting. Just gonna bronze up the face a little bit. So yeah, I actually just did a full plot breakdown for books 1 and 2. I will leave them linked in the description box in case you're interested. But I'm fully recapped from doing those videos and writing my scripts. I am ready to go for book 3. I have theories on what's going to happen. This is going to be also a spoilery reading vlog, so if you are not interested in that, I apologize, but I really just wanted to give my reactions to things and talk about it because I did a plot breakdown for books 1 and 2, so this is kind of going to be almost a plot breakdown, but like in real time of me reading it for the first time. Sorry, but I don't know. I want to do it, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as well, but I get it if you don't want those spoilers. Also, if you don't put blush on your nose, highly recommend it. I just love the sun looking look on the front of your face. So yeah, that is pretty much the plan for today, and we're gonna start this book. I'm so excited. I don't know what book series is going to top this series for me. I just know Stephanie Garber is gonna do a good job with the ending. I feel it. I feel it. This is the outfit for the day, guys. Gray blob coming to you live. Yeah, we're ready to start the book. I have Curse for True Love, Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and I've got my handy dandy little bookmark that is also from a quote from the book. We're gonna let my hair air dry a little bit more before I blow dry it, and then we're gonna get to reading. So we finished the first couple of chapters. Did I have a clue that this is where the book was going to go? Yes, because Stephanie Garber was giving us hints. If you follow her on social, she was giving us some hints, and I know that the Waterstones book edition, like the back of the book says like, may the best villain win. So I already know it's gonna be villain against villain. Apollo obviously is a villain here because of what he did to Evangeline at the end of book 2. But did we really know that he was gonna do the whole like framing thing? Yes and no, but still reading it, like it's just very upsetting. So that's kind of where we're at. Evangeline is, it's kind of sad because she's living this fairy tale dream.
And it's not, though.
The name of the parts, because these books are broken up into different parts, like this part of the beginning of the book should have been like a tale of irony, because my goodness. So yeah, that's where we're at. Have some treats with me because I obviously needed some fuel for today. I have Zevia Kids. I've got some chocolate. I've got my jug of water, so we're gonna be hydrated. I've got my, obviously, my Ballad of Never After sweatshirt on. Socks. We're good to go. We are good to go. So my husband already has, he already knows, like, don't
talk to me, don't bother me, don't expect me to cook.
We have planned for this. We know this is DEFCON 5 here. This is code red. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep on reading and see what happens. We did also, by the way, get a POV that's not Evangeline, so that's fun. I'm hoping we get more POVs because it is just fun to get different perspectives. But yeah, stop it. I literally was waiting for this moment. I was waiting for us to get a chapter. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. What is happening? What? I'm telling you right now that the chapters with Jacks, I'm assuming we're gonna get more than one because I'm only 100 pages into this book. So I'm assuming there's gonna be more than one chapter of Jacks, which honestly, I could do a whole book of Jacks. It's really fine. Anyway, I think that his chapters are going to be the best chapters. They're going to be the most informative, in my opinion. And they're gonna be like what saves this book, because so far, like, it's fine. Because we're given the perspective of a character who has no memories, it's not that it's dull, but like,
girl, we know more than you.
And it's just kind of like catch up. So it's kind of frustrating. I'm really excited about this because that's really who I care about after the events of the end of book 2. I want to know what's happening with him because I already know Evangeline and Apollo are like in this weird bubble of newlywed bliss, happily ever after, but not really because Apollo's lying to her. So I just want to know, where is Jacks? What is he up to? Is he thinking of Evangeline? Stop it. Stop it right now. I freaking knew it. I knew there was going to be a one-bed book. I knew there was going to be a one-bed trope. I freaking knew it. Quick update because John just came home and he got me some coffee.
Things have progressed, everybody.
If we were at DEFCON 5 before, this is like whatever it is army people say when something really bad just happens or something crazy. This book is getting good, guys. Okay, I'm surprised because honestly the first quarter of the book was a little slow. Again, I don't necessarily care about Apollo, so maybe that's why. But we're really in and out, and I am just consistently squealing, gasping, giggling, nauseous, flustered, angry. Did I leave an emotion out? Stop it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop it. What? I feel like I've perpetuated this statement long enough, but seriously, what the heck is happening in this book? And what in tarnation is wrong with Apollo? Okay, you guys, let's talk about this. So obviously we did get to finish A Curse for True Love, and as you saw from this video, I was a roller coaster of emotions. This book took me like for a loop, and I want to talk a little bit before I get into my final thoughts on the book on just the characters themselves and the progression from book 1 to book 3. We are going to be getting into spoilers. Like I said, this is a spoilery video because I just want to talk to you guys about all of my thoughts and feelings and reactions for reading A Curse for True Love. So I apologize if this is not a video for you. I would recommend that you read the book and then come back and, you know, we can do a discussion. Or if you feel like you're not going to read this book, you just want to, you know, hear what I have to say about it, then also keep watching. The 3 points of views that we get in this book, which are Evangeline, Apollo, and Jacks. Evangeline, obviously our main girlie, she is, people say she's very naive, she's dumb, she's an annoying girl to read about. I see people's points on this. However, I feel like Evangeline is a character who is written to remind us all of ourselves a little bit when we were younger at some point. Whether it's because of her gullibility to certain situations, her rash thinking sometimes, her hope that people are just inherently good. I resonate with that so much, and I think that's why I love her as a character and why some people really, really hate her, because most people nowadays, especially adults, are realists and or even less than that, right? And so people just assume the worst in individuals, and because Evangeline's character is really the exact opposite of pretty much everyone else in this book. She really stands out, and if you're just not into people like that, I can see why you don't like her. If you're also, you know, not really hoping for the best in people, not hoping for the best in a situation. I personally have always been very much like Evangeline's personality. Whether that's good or bad, it's just how I am, but I like that. And so when I was reading this series specifically, it reminded me so much of myself, like her actions. Again, whether that's good or bad, whatever. but that's just my own personal opinion on her specifically. Then we have Jacks and Apollo. Starting with Apollo, I think that we definitely saw a different side to him than book 1. And I will say book 1, not book 2, because book 2, obviously, we have the story curse. We have him doing things not necessarily of his own accord. Although I do feel like that's kind of up for debate at this point because of how book 3 went down. Were there Easter eggs? That's what I want to go back and like reread. Were there Easter eggs to hint at Apollo's true nature? Was he or wasn't he a product of these curses that were put upon him in book 2, or was he always how he was in this book? We just didn't really get a chance to see that because shortly after we met him in Once Upon a Broken Heart, he was put under, you know, that love spell or the curse. He was put on like curses literally every time we met him. So hard to say for sure. I do like where Stephanie Garber took Apollo's character, and the plot twist at the end was phenomenal. I did kind of see it coming towards the end, like, ooh, I think it'd be really cool if this happened, because it was his character was really reminding me of like Narcissus in that Greek mythology story. So I kind of had an idea for how the story was gonna go, and yeah. So yes, I did really appreciate the ending that we got with Apollo and how that wrapped up. And then let's now segue into Jacks. He is the final character that I want to talk about, and also my favorite character. He had such a great progression, and I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that I was hoping to get an actual like I wanted him to do things that made him seem like a villain. Like, what is it about a morally gray character that we just really, really like, right? Like, they make poor decisions. They probably do things that are dangerous and deadly. They probably hurt other people for the person that they're actually in love with. And we did get to see that in this book, so very fun, because we had his point of view and seeing through his eyes how he views Evangeline. That's exactly what I wanted. I loved Jacks so much. He is a sweet baby angel who, honestly, I feel like we got to understand him in such a deeper level because we finally understood how his story curse worked and how he's just gone through potentially centuries, right, of having his heart broken over and over and over again, and he just couldn't do it anymore, especially with Evangeline, through like the tough exterior that we get in books 1 and 2, and see a little glimpse of that. I wish that Stephanie Garber had made this book longer. I think that's going to be a consensus with a lot of people that read this, and their opinions is that this book could have been more in the sense of content and dialogue, and maybe even extra like what happened after. While I do think that the epilogue was really good and kind of gives you a hint and leaves it open to interpretation, like how do you want it to go from here after the story, I think we should have kept going and then kind of ended it at an area where it will hint at who is going to be in the next story in the Magnificent North, because Stephanie Garber is not done writing in this universe, which I'm so happy about, because there are side characters in here who I'm so excited to read more about and have them have a happily ever after. So there's that. But yes, this book should have been longer in my opinion. It's about 400 pages long, and I would have been happy with like 100 or 200 more pages. I'm just saying. Things I loved the most about this book, other than obviously Jax's point of view, I loved how, honestly, one of my favorite things about this book was the angst that we get between two characters, and they're not even touching. They're not doing anything intimate, but like not, Stephanie Garber even wrote that in there where I think it's Evangeline's inner monologue, but it's something where it's so intimate, it's even more intimate than if you were actually touching this other human, because the like the gravitational pull between you and this other person is so strong. The passion that is there is so strong. It like trumps everything. And I just felt that to my core. I loved that. I felt that time and time again with some of these people. And that was probably my absolute favorite part of this story, other than like the end, because the ending made this series, the ending made this book. I will say that what I didn't really enjoy too much was the beginning, only because like we know everything that Evangeline doesn't because her memories are gone. So some things did feel a little repetitive. And also I couldn't give two craps about Paulo. I'm sorry, like, yes, it was cool to see it was necessary to get his point of view, to really understand his character and his thought process that led us to where we were at the end of this book. But I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I never liked him. And so I made myself like really focus and pay attention when his chapters were there. And even in the beginning when he's talking to Evangeline, I'm sorry, but he was giving Tamlin vibes. He was giving Tamlin vibes to the point that I was getting the ick. Yeah. I want to get also into some plot holes. I don't know if these holes will be explained further or if we'll get some sort of resolution in this next series that she's going to be writing in this Magnificent North universe, but they're not necessarily with Jacks and Evangeline. I do think they are with the side characters, specifically Lala and Chaos. That whole thing, the Valors, like some things just didn't make sense to me. Like how, for example, how is Chaos able to go around and like massacre people and have no repercussions and nobody even knows he's technically even existing because the story curse prevents people from knowing like what vampires are. Like it's still really taboo and a myth. Make it make sense. How are we allowed to like just let him roam free and still root for him as a character when he just got done pillaging like a whole town or killing these people in a home and like basically wiping out an entire family line? We still like Chaos? Obviously. Are we still gonna root for him? Hopefully he'll be in the next series. Duh. But I'm just also saying he's such a flawed character and he's done like a lot of damage, and are we just not gonna see justice for that? Are we okay with not seeing justice for that? Also, what happened with Aurora? What the heck is her deal here? And what happened between Lyric and Chaos? Like, how did they die? Like, we still have so many questions that need answered. Editing Allie here, but we also didn't mention, I forgot to mention that we didn't find out about the apples. That explanation was not even an explanation. And who was the person that tried to kill Evangeline in her bed? The second time that she like had like that murder attempt. The one that Jax killed. Like, who was that person? We didn't even get like confirmation on who that was or why. What happened to Havelock? I thought he was a good guy. He obviously didn't approve of like Apollo's decision making. So what the heck happened there? And also, I feel like the book really didn't do enough explanation on how Jax was able to break the curse, because of how Aurora explained it. Evangeline could not have been able to do it because, did Aurora lie, or was it because Evangeline was the true love that she was able to break the curse on Jax? Because I don't understand that part. Like, Aurora said one thing, but then when Evangeline kisses Jax, something else happens. So are we gonna explain that? I'm done. And I don't know if we're gonna get them in the next book series or not, but because they weren't here, it did feel like there was some plot holes. Now, I did get the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, so that means that there is a bonus ending. There's gonna be a few bonus endings depending on what version you got. I also have the Owl Crate version coming soon, so there's another alternate ending with that one. But I loved this one in the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. So if you haven't already gotten your hands on it, I recommend it because this is exactly how I wanted it to be. And it was perfection, in my opinion. This is what I wanted. This is what I needed. It was so cute, so cozy. I would love a spin-off series with that alternate ending and it just being like a cozy fantasy, low stakes, nothing crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil that because I want people to get their hands on it and read it if they haven't been able to get this special edition. So I'm not gonna talk about the alternate ending other than I really loved it and I would love it to be a special series. I don't want Jacks and Evangeline to end. I want more from them. And yeah, I also think that we didn't get enough like one-on-one time with Jacks and Evangeline. Not that I'm looking for spice, but like I just love their moments when they're alone together, where how they talk to each other and just again the passion. I feel it so hard. It's so good. But yeah guys, that is it. We did it. We finished my absolute favorite series. I'm looking at my books right now and I need to reorganize that trilogy because it needs to be front and center on my shelf. 100%. This is my favorite book series of all time. I love it. I love it. I love it. I recommend it. Go ahead and read it if you haven't. If you've read it, please let me know what you think. It was a doozy. I'm so happy about it and I can't wait to reread it and make annotations. And I'm so happy. Can you tell? Like I feel like I haven't stopped smiling. Yeah, so good. But that's gonna conclude this video. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will leave some more videos right here if you're interested in some more reading vlog type of content. But thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll catch you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.